Welcome back to the Beyond. I was about to say it again. The Beyond the Gates podcast. I told you, CBS will be contacting us to make us their official podcast. But
They're going to be
anyways,
sending a cease and desist.
and we have attorneys for that. So, all right, welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast, where I am your host, KC Phoenix, and we have the phenomenal Stands on Business Diana with us today, helping host this show. So, we will go ahead and jump into this. Everyone seems to be raising hell. I feel like the writers are gaslighting people. I saw it. Because the writers are like, you know what? Let us just go ahead and stir the pot right quick. We're going to throw chaos into the mix and walk away. It's what we go to. So that's what happened today with this whole situation with Kat, where we have a sort of an Alice in Wonderland thing going on. But let's start with this opening scene in the real world. And we can talk about this because I had something that I do want to say about this.
Why isn't Kat waking up?
None of this is making any sense.
I understand this is upsetting.
You're damn right it is. We were told the liver transplant operation went smooth.
And it did.
So what happened? Do we have to call in another specialist?
I understand in this situation, you're parents, not doctors. But I need us all to take a deep breath, okay? We're all on the same side here.
Tell us what is going on, Miles.
We cycled Kat's blood pressure a few times and it's still elevated. We also did a trial of her spontaneous breathing, turning off the ventilator.
To see if she can breathe on her own. And
unfortunately, she failed that test. But as you know, that could be a result of how her body's metabolizing the anesthesia. She might just need some more time to come out of it.
Or it can be a result of complications like internal bleeding.
I had a portable ultrasound machine brought in, and the imaging confirmed that that's not the case. So that's good.
well, thank God for that, at least.
We'll continue to keep a very close eye on her. And if she doesn't show signs of improvement, we'll take additional diagnostic steps. We do our best here. But Kat's one of ours, so we're invested too.
We know. Thank you, Miles.
Of course.
I'm sorry for got a little heated. You know, you're doing the best you can.
Completely understandable.
Can we go inside and sit with her?
Of course. But just you two.
Hey, Kat. Mom and Dad are here.
It's time to wake up.
Let's just go ahead and leave it there because that's a good steal. I was about to take it back to where the doctor was at, but I was like, Okay. So one thing is, I don't really care for this doctor. I don't feel like he gets to the point quick enough. This happened earlier when he was talking to Ted and Leslie about what was going on with Eva and stuff. And also, this is the doctor that said, we have a liver, just kidding. Actually, this doctor is the reason why Kat's there right now, because the doctor said they had a liver, but all of a sudden they didn't have a liver, which I still want that investigated, but that's just me. My other thing is that we've also learned today that if you're related to somebody at the hospital, you get preferential treatment, which is a good thing. It's because they know they're in good hands when they go there. And it's like, okay, we will get the best treatment possible. But I'm just over this doctor. With this situation with Kat, she's not in danger, at least according to the doctor, because he's like, okay, we're running the test. We've done certain stuff. So far, she's good. They're still saying the anesthesia is what the story still is, even though other people are feeling guilty that it might be more than that, but we can get into that as the show goes on. Diana, what do you have?
Yeah, this is whatever. I mean, I don't. We can't expect too much from this hospital. Again, as one of our very thoughtful listeners pointed out, there's just one floor here, so I don't know what you're expecting, but this is what we're working with.
I'm expecting for the people who saved Laura to be able to take care of Kat. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I mean, but that took time because of the, significance of her injuries and the fact that she basically died twice.
Well, if
She
they could
still
say,
hasn't recovered. Word is that she still hasn't even recovered. So, you know, let's just all
well, if
keep
they
that in
could save
mind.
Laura, they can save Kat. I still have faith in this hospital and their incredible staff. They're working hard and doing what they can, even though their doctors can't get straight to the point and say exactly what it is. But they're doing what they can. They're
I
doing the
mean,
best.
they hired Ted. What else do you want? You're the Ted fan here, so I mean, clearly they're doing something right, right?
Well, okay. First of all, we all like Ted. I believe you like Ted as well.
Listeners, please sound
In,
off in the comments if you like Ted or not.
in the sense of, again, Ted is not a bad guy. He just does stupid things sometimes. There's a difference. So you can always like someone like that. Be like, oh, okay, they're cool. They do dumb things sometimes, but they're cool. In other words, it isn't a thing of, oh, when you're dealing with someone, you can usually tell that someone's out to get another person or out to take advantage of people or do this or do that. That's not Ted's character. To be out to get someone, or to be out to take advantage of people or get as much as he can. That's not Ted. And based off of that, I'm saying like, okay, we like Ted. Ted's cool universally, is what I'm saying. Okay. I'll stand out here by myself. I don't care.
We know.
All right. So next scene, let's go ahead and go to it. We're gonna skip this little part right here, because I want to get to Ted in the room as well. So let me make sure that's it. Okay, that wasn't it. All right. So let's go ahead and move that one, move that one, move that one, move that one. You know what? This is the scene I wanted to do. It's just I'm going to do a brief part here. There we go. Actually, let me just do a still for this one. This is one of the few moments since I've watched this show, and maybe it's because they have the same hairstyle, that I looked at Chelsea and Naomi and I'm like, wow, they could be sisters, in the sense of they've never favored feature-wise to me. But like I said, maybe it's because they have the similar hair in this particular scene. But I was looking at them side by side with the hair, and I'm like, wow, they actually could pass for sisters or cousins or something, looking at them. But I've never really noticed it until now. And it could be lighting, because from this end, they look like they have similar skin tones. But throughout the series, Naomi has always been a little bit more like Shanice's color, a little bit darker. And I was just like, okay, where did that come from? Because it's not Bill. Bill is light skinned. Danny's mostly light skinned. So maybe Vernon. Vernon's a little bit of a darker tone, possibly. But I just thought it was kind of cool that, oh, they're actually looking like sisters right here. Did you catch that? Or it was just like, oh, it's another day with Chelsea and Naomi?
I was annoyed at this entire episode, so no, I did not catch that.
Okay. All right. I just want to do that part. Let me get back to what I was looking for in the room. We're just going through it. Okay, no, he's still with Kat. There we go. Okay, here we go. Whether it's a dream or real life, Nicole will always have a glass of wine. Let's see, do this. All right, here comes Ted to talk to Leslie and Eva.
Looks like I missed something funny.
No, I was just being silly and making our sweet girl laugh.
Glad to see you, Dad.
Well, not nearly as glad as I am to see you doing well. And both of you two so happy.
Oh, well, we're better now that you're here. And, is Kat getting willed in? You did get the message that we wanted to see her, right? Yeah, because we have a whole lot we need to say to that young lady. What's wrong?
Kat hasn't woken yet. She's suffering from some post-op complications. We're still not sure. Yeah.
Ted, I'm so sorry.
But she's gonna be okay, right?
Well, that's the hope, but right now she's unresponsive.
Well, how am I sitting here and Kat's the one in trouble?
Well, we don't know for certain.
I was dying and she saved me. And now she's unresponsive?
Well, nobody's saying she's gonna die. Yeah, please don't jump to the worst case scenario. We all know how tough Kat is, huh?
Do we ever?
That's true.
You know what I'm thinking? I bet you that Kat is thinking about all the ways she can hold this over your head forever and a day. You really think she'd pass up an opportunity like that?
Never. The thought of putting me in my place would wake Kat right on up.
She sounded like a sister right there in that particular moment, where it's like, okay, they sound like a family a little bit, because that's little things that family does when they talk like that. And also, it is on the record now, Diana. So I hope you're pleased with this, that Eva and Leslie are like, hey, we owe Kat a lot and we need to tell her that.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we ordered her 10 minutes ago. Where is she? She just had a major surgery, but we need her in this room ASAP. She's at our beck and call. That's what I noticed about the scene, and you just reminded me again. And Ted acting way too casual for me in this moment, considering how out of shape he was over Eva, and it was life or death. But Kat's just not waking up, and he's like, well, we'll see.
But the doctor said everything is fine. They're just letting her take her time to wake up. They ran the appropriate test to make sure there wasn't anything life-threatening happening.
I'm just saying, until my child wakes up, I'm not going to be all like, well, it's going to be, let's have some tea. Let's catch up. So, yeah, those are the things I noticed. The fact that they just expected Kat to be in there after the same exact surgery that Eva had. But,
Well, even Eva was asking, like, hold on, I was the one who was in danger and we both had the surgery, but Kat's not awake? Because Eva's showing concern about that.
Right. She expected her to walk in there. Apparently, it's just so she could be like, thanks.
Okay, I get it now. So it was that type of party. So when Tomas or Nomas or whatever asked about Kat waking up and like saying it's weird that she isn't awake yet, it's concern. But when Eva's like, well, she isn't awake yet, it's like, oh no, she just wants her at her beck and call.
Tomas isn't even in this conversation. I didn't even pay attention to any scenes that he was in today. The spoiler said that like he leans on the family or something like that, and I was like, did he?
Yeah, I mean, he was talking to Anita.
About what?
About Kat.
Sure, I'm sure he was concerned.
Okay, I must have totally did something. As a matter of fact, okay, it's coming back to me now. As a matter of fact, what they were talking about was going to Puerto Rico because he wants to introduce Kat to his family. And then also he mentioned something about, Vernon mentioned about going through the rainforest. And Tomas was like, yeah, I think Kat will love it, so on and so forth. But that's why Tomas wants her to wake up so he can go ahead and introduce her to the family. So actually, now that I'm talking about it out loud, and this is just me throwing stuff at the wall, I think we might have 2 engagements coming.
Oh my God. I hope for Kat's sake it doesn't happen.
I think I really, really do. I think we might have 2 engagements coming. And after this episode with this revelation that Kat has had, it might even be a double wedding booked at the same place. They do their vows together as sisters.
Oh, you mean this gaslighting? Okay.
But yeah, in all seriousness, we might have 2 engagements coming. I could see also Tomas being like, hey, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. We've made our decision, like, yeah, we live separately. I think we figured it out. And then because I almost lost you, that let me know that I have to be with you. How do you feel about us getting engaged or something like that? I don't necessarily believe, for some reason, I don't see Tomas handing her a ring and saying, hey, Kat, will you marry me? For some reason, I feel like Tomas will ask her what she thinks about getting engaged. And then if she's like, oh, I like that idea. No, I feel we should wait. That will determine whether he buys the ring or not. I just don't, maybe he'll surprise us. But again, Tomas does not have any kahunas. So it's just kind of like, I feel he will have to get the green light from Kat first, or somebody close to Kat like Chelsea or something. I don't think he'll just be a man and buy the ring and then be like, yo, let's get married.
I hope that doesn't come. No. Don't speak that into existence.
I mean, well, we already see what the writers are doing now based off of this episode. They said we're gonna just take it there. That's what we'll do. But yeah, I do think that it was sweet that Eva and Leslie want to thank Kat. And I also thought it was kind of sweet that Leslie was trying to cheer Eva up by cracking the joke, like, Kat is not gonna die. She is thinking the way she can hold this over your head, which is probably true. But I thought that was nice of Leslie too, trying to cheer Eva up and stuff. So yeah.
Oh, let's stop there.
The one with Martin?
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Good news. With respect to Eva, I was just visiting her, and she's looking great.
I'm glad to hear it. They filled me in. How's Kat doing?
No change.
Does Eva know about Kat's situation?
Well, I told her and her mother, and she was taking it hard at first, blaming herself for no good reason, but she was handling it a little bit better when I left. Her mother's taking care of her. I need to get back to Nicole and Kat, and next time when I see you all, I hope I will be bringing good news.
So do we.
Hey,
I wish there was more I could do.
you being here is enough.
I know it's rough, worrying about your baby sister.
It's not just that. It's how I treated Kat. I put so much pressure on her to donate to Eva. I was angry and I called her all sorts of names. And when Kat comes out of this, she may never forgive me for that. And how could I blame her?
Nobody made Kat do anything. And you two left things on a good note before her surgery.
Have faith, Martin. There's no room for anything else now.
I wonder if she can sense that
See,
we're all here willing.
if Kat passed away, I hope she haunts his ass. I hope he never forgets it a day in his life. I hope every waking minute he thinks about the nasty things that he said about his sister, the sister that he supposedly loved. This, also not buying it, because you act like this a lot, Martin, and you seem to have these regrets a lot. So I just think this is just the person that you are, which is why you are not my U.S. representative.
Martin, it is rinse and repeat with him. It really, really is, because he did that before with Kat on, remember the thing about Samantha,
right?
And discussing sex and all that other stuff, and then Martin like really blew up at Kat for the conversation that she had with Chelsea and everything. So I'm just like, okay. And also, there was something else he blew up on. I feel like there was another thing he blew up on at Kat, but he was mad about something else, but he took it out on Kat. And I don't remember what it was that triggered him and what they were discussing. But yeah, he said, oh gosh, I have to find that. I have to look it up because it wasn't that long ago. I felt like they were at Uptown or something. And then she's like, what's wrong with you? And stuff. So yeah, Martin has anger issues, to say the least. And I believe this will eventually come back to bite him in some type of incident. I'm just waiting to see what that incident is. But I do believe something is coming where there may be another physical altercation. And there won't necessarily be a way to really get him out of it this time, where he might lose a seat in Congress or something of that nature, or he might actually do a little bit of jail time and stuff. I could see that too. And by a little bit of jail time, meaning, oh, you're in jail for like 2 or 3 days for, what is it when you, disturbing the peace is what it is when you have like a physical altercation or whatever, unless it's something severe, which I don't think they'll take it that far, but I do believe this isn't the last time we will see Martin have an outburst. So that's how I'm looking at it. Did you have anything before I move on?
You know what? I will fully support that storyline because this is just ridiculous of how you treat a person and then afterwards you're like, wow, I have a lot of regret. Okay, Martin.
So now you want him to go to jail. Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with him just losing his election.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. Let me see. All right. Do this. That one. I'm looking. Okay, let's do this with the end. And we can get a little bit more philosophical, I guess, with this one. This has been a pretty short episode for us to cover. There we go. Let's go into this.
Hey, Kat. What's the rush?
You can see me?
I think the real question is how you're seeing things.
Today I walked a mile in Eva's boots, and it was hard and incredibly painful to be the one on the outside, to be the one who wasn't wanted. I still don't like her or trust her, and I doubt that will ever change, but I get her now in a way that I didn't before. And I'm happy that I helped her by donating a piece of my liver.
You really mean it?
I really do. And I'm okay with you loving both of us, because sharing you isn't nearly as bad as the idea of losing you.
Ted, look. Oh my God. Baby, you're okay. You're okay. You're in the hospital, but you are fine. Yeah.
Hey there, princess. Welcome back.
Okay. Now it's time to unpack this. And because there have been a lot of people who are upset with this episode. We won't say any names, Diana. So I can tell you.
You mean the whole internet? The entire internet? I have yet to see a coherent argument for why this episode was good.
Well, I can tell you that I enjoyed it for multiple reasons, and I can tell you why this episode happened as well, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you breakdowns and analysis, and sometimes help you have a view into the minds of the writers, because that's what we do here at the Who's at the Gates podcast. Now, from what I see in my interpretation of this episode, this reminds me a little bit of the whole Scrooge situation, like A Christmas Carol, or either It's a Wonderful Life, so on and so forth. This was showing, okay, Kat, this could have been a possible timeline. Now, obviously, this was a little bit extreme, as it was meant to be almost on a camp level. At the same time, there are other timelines that could have happened had Ted made a different decision. Let's say that Ted, when he found out about Eva, he was like, you know what? I did find love with Dana, because don't forget, Ted even said it himself. At that time, Leslie was a totally different person. She was kinder and a little bit softer, so on and so forth. And she got pregnant, giving him the child that he wanted at the time, that he thought Nicole didn't give him and stuff, which would have sucked for Nicole, because obviously that was at her worst time. But it would have been his decision, because he has free will. So if he went with Leslie and divorced Nicole, Kat and Martin would have been without a father. And that would have been an issue. Now, they took it to the extreme, saying, okay, well, what if Ted only focused on Martin and Eva, but didn't really give Kat that much time, or felt that she was too difficult or this or that, and didn't want her to be part of the family? That was extreme, even though a possible timeline, but still extreme. This was about granting grace. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier on that episode with the cotillion, where the uproar happened in the comments about Kat constantly attacking Eva. And everyone was like, oh, well, she has a right to attack Eva. Okay, I guess if someone blows up your life, I don't waste energy doing that. I just ignore you, is what I do. But all right, fine. The writers are saying, okay, enough is enough, Kat. You're constantly attacking Eva. You kind of need to let this go, is what the writers are saying. That's what they're laying out. The writers are also laying out empathy. The writers are also laying out forgiveness, is what the writers are laying out. Now, whether people agree with what they're laying out, which clearly a lot of people don't, because they're like, why should Kat forgive that bitch? I totally get it. But this is the vision that the writers are running with. Would I have run with this? Not exactly. I would have had a few more things happen between Kat and Eva, like where there was an opportunity to mend fences to a certain degree. Something to the effect of maybe Eva actually giving up the evidence when it comes to Leslie, and doing that more as an olive branch. But also I would have had other things happening with Leslie where it triggered Eva to do that, not Eva just doing it because she loves Kat, because obviously Leslie is number one for Eva. But there's a lot of ways this could have went, but I get what the writers were doing. And that's why I thought the episode was pretty good, because Christmas Carol, I love that story. It's a Wonderful Life. There's other movies where people have had that out-of-body experience and seeing what a timeline could have been or could be based off of their current situation with said individual or individuals. But yeah, Diana, go ahead and get ready to knock it on down.
At this point, I'm just tired. I'm just tired because, you know, what's so funny is you and I had the same idea, and I was going to tweet it. I was like, not this Charles Dickens ass episode. Like, you can miss me with this shit. But because it just doesn't show anything to me. Because you're right. This is very camp. This is very much an exaggeration. But, you know, like, Eva didn't go through any of this. So I'm just like, what exactly am I supposed to feel sorry for? She was never she wasn't an outcast for this long, for her whole entire life. She had a parent that wanted her. This is the thing. Eva has also mentioned that Leslie was a good mom, but she got wrapped up, right? So it's not like, you know, it's not like what Kat experienced, where you know, Ted just completely abandoned her. And in this dream sequence, you know, Nicole's just a 24/7 mess and just, you know, just absent and just not there. Um, Eva has so I thought Eva has a boyfriend now. She has a wonderful relationship, right? With gas station mac and cheese. So it's not like she's lacking anything there. I mean, I do think it's interesting that in this, it's just so weird how they try to paint her as being a victim, or like trying to excuse all the bad things that she did. Because in this episode, they also made mention of the fact that, you know, Kat being Eva, so to speak, tried to steal Tomas from Eva, right? And they're like, "Can you believe she did that? She just wants everything I have." So to me, that says like, yeah, so Eva did do that. As much as you disagree, that's exactly 100% what Eva did. And they just chalked it up to like, well, you know how she is. It's like, no, that's ridiculous. Like, why, like, why forgive that? Why think like, oh, I get it now. She just had a weird mom. Like, it just seems like they're letting her off the hook with so much, and it's just a repetition of that. Because like, I think this would have had more bite to it had both of them gone through a certain situation, right? Because as far as I'm concerned, Eva does not care about what her mom did. Doesn't care about Laura. Does not care about her, you know, her mom ruined the relationship. Doesn't care that she disrupted all their lives. So had they both had this, like, let me walk a mile in her shoes, I think I could have accepted that. And I agree with what you said, that this, like, I definitely think there had to be a moment where Kat had to at least acknowledge Eva, because I don't think there's like a way you can write Kat and Eva post the surgery. Like, girl, you gave her your liver. Like, you lost, so you have to do something. Like, you either go full on cold-hearted, or you have to, you know, at least acknowledge her. But like, you lost already by giving her your liver. So there had to be some come to Jesus moment. I definitely agree with that. And I definitely agree with you saying that it shouldn't have happened this way. I think there should have been more conflict, or at least Eva had to earn it. Because as far as I'm concerned, Eva has earned nothing.
Yeah, they're doing, like I said, the main thing of this, even though like they did the extreme stuff, but I need to make it clear. Ted leaving with Leslie was a possible timeline. That was a possible timeline. But Ted chose to stay with Nicole and continue the marriage, even though, regardless of the dirty tactics that was done to keep Leslie suppressed, you know, the knowledge of Leslie being existing suppressed, he still stayed with Nicole for all of those years and lived a very happy life with his two children. And Kat could have missed out on that. So I believe this was more about forgiveness and counting your blessings, that your dad still stayed with you. You didn't even know about Eva. You didn't even know about Leslie for 20 years. Because I think, yeah, Kat's like, what, 22, something like that. So it's like 20 years at least. I think also that says something where at the end she was like, I'd rather share you than not have you in my life at all, to make her appreciate her dad just a little bit more and respect him for staying with his mother and choosing Nicole over Leslie, because there was a timeline where maybe he didn't choose Nicole and there's no telling what could have happened.
Yeah, but even that doesn't make any sense to me, because the Ted in this timeline, right, in this dream sequence, I mean, low key, I think that's just how maybe it's just a little bit exaggerated, not whatever, was extremely cruel. He was never cruel to Eva. I mean, okay, there was one moment where he was cruel, and that was right after, I think, the anniversary, right after they ruined everything. Other than that, he's been nothing but supportive. So even this timeline of him being, you know, mean, you know, for what it's worth, Ted has always stepped up for Eva. He gave her a place to live. He gave her employment. He's, you know, offering support. He's, you know, inviting her to all the family gatherings. So even in this timeline, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, let's just say he chose Eva. Let's just say he chose Leslie. There's no way that he would have, you know, made Kat the outcast that she was in this dream sequence. So I don't buy that. Sure, there could have been a moment where they would have been divorced, but I don't buy a moment where he wouldn't at least have tried to include Kat. This was just, like you said, this was just an extreme, right? So even this, you can miss me because I don't believe that this would happen just based off the, the effort that Ted has put in with Eva.
That's
So
fair enough. The divorce definitely could have happened, though, is what I'm saying.
the divorce could have happened, but I think there's also, like, here's the thing: you have two timelines, right? You have this one, the dream sequence, where I think it's extremely damaging to have a constant reminder that your dad rejected you, like from a young age, right? Kat seeing this, the ghost of Christmas past, being like, no, we actually don't want to invite her this weekend. We're just gonna have fun, the four of us, right? Or the real life sequence, which is, and this is, I can't even confirm if it's true, right? Where I think Leslie did, tell Eva stories like, oh, your dad didn't want you or whatever, but obviously that wasn't true, right? But that's not great to hear either. But I also don't think it was like that 24/7, right? I'm sure there was moments where it's like, oh, they definitely could have, they were hoping for more, right? Like they didn't grow up with a lot. So I'm sure there were moments when, bills were due, or they didn't have, they had to make do with what they had, that I'm sure she probably wished she had a father who could take care of them. I'm sure Leslie planted stories in her, but I don't think it was 24/7 like how this was. This is just outright cruel. So again, everything that Kat suffered in this dream sequence, I don't think is even anything remotely to what Eva suffered. So you can also argue that this is Kat's perception of how others are treating her, but that also doesn't make sense because everyone has extended an olive branch to Eva, including Nicole. So that's another thing. Leslie didn't show any Kat grace. She didn't show Kat grace at all in this dream sequence. Nicole being, the what's the word I want to, the political, the neutral person that she is, she recognizes, right? Like, yes, Eva messed up, but a lot of this fault lies in Ted and in Leslie, right? It's I've told you this before, when situations come about like this, I don't blame kids. Like, I really do. It's not like they're not at fault for existing. I mean, I do blame Eva for, like being cruel about it and exposing it, sure, but for existing, no.
Well, I believe that the writers also made it extreme to push Kat to have her revelation and stuff too. And this is more all about Kat, is what the writers were more than likely going for, to show like, okay, Kat, this is an extreme version, but it's time to let it go and do that. Now, again,
I don't think there's enough she shouldn't have to let it go. I think that's also another
that's
thing.
what I'm talking about. Nobody's going to agree with that. Not nobody, but a lot of people won't agree with her letting it go. And that's where the uproar is coming from, where it's like, okay, writers, how could you do this? No, she shouldn't have to let it go. Because a lot of Kat people are invested emotionally in the story, and they're like, there is no way. So yeah,
there is no way. I mean, there's just like, again, Eva hasn't shown any growth or anything to show that she's remorseful, other than have a nasty attitude and steal her boyfriend. Like, I don't understand.
That can be debated, but I will say this: it will be very interesting to see how things are moving forward. Now that Kat is awake again, now that Eva is awake, which we're not through this week, but I'm really more interested in next week. I'm sure there'll be some cute episodes. I looked at the breakdown and stuff this week, but really next week, that's the week I'm looking for to see, which I think we'll still get 5 episodes because 4th of July weekend starts
you're right.
Weekend, but next week. So Friday will be the 3rd, Saturday will be the 4th. So hopefully we'll get a Friday episode, maybe not. I guess we'll see. But
I mean, if it's more sisterly bonding, I don't know how much I can tune in, but
wow. Is Diana like, look, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice. I can't cover this shit.
Listen, it's hard. It's hard out here when, like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, we will make it through it because we have to. We just won't focus on Eva and Kat. We'll have to focus on, I guess, Danny and Bill and Andre or something like that.
Just listen, this is also another thing, sorry. As much as hearing like or reading things online, like I think both actresses did a great job with the storyline. That's low-key shade with me because Eva was like asleep for all of it. So Kat did a great job. She did a phenomenal job in all these episodes. Colby, the actress. Listen, it actually, okay, this is very unintentional shade because I was actually trying to give them both props, and then I realized, like, well, dang, she was like asleep the whole time. But minor details.
Just the minor details.
Just the minor details. I mean, she was just asleep through all of it, but it's fine. I mean, ultimately, as a person that obviously favors Kat, I can only be, as much as I am not enjoying this storyline, like I'm glad that she's getting a lot of screen time because the alternative is Ashley. Like, so which one would I rather? I'm like, I'll take this any day. As much as I hate it, I hate the outcome of this. I'll take this. I'll take it.
Oh, we don't need to go back to Ashley and Grayson or Ashley and Jan or Ashley and Naomi or soon Ashley and Andre. Like, that's okay. We're good. As a matter of fact,
we're gonna see her, I think, in Thursday's episode. I think, sorry, spoilers, but I think that's what the little episode summary is. So I'm almost kind of like, can Kat just stay dreaming? Like, can we just explore? Like, we haven't seen the Ghost of Christmas Present or Future, have we? Like, let's just keep it going.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, if need be, they could put Ashley in a coma. We're totally fine with that. So
it's just
all good. And on that lovely note, thank you everyone for the subscribes. We're getting closer to the 500. I think we're like 55 subscribers away from 500. So looking forward to that. So awesome. Thank you as well for supporting the show. People on Apple, all of you are showing up and showing out, consistently listening to the podcast. We appreciate it. YouTube channel people, thank you so much. We'll do our best to get some more polls out and stuff. We might even do a poll about this episode today just to see what people think. Do you think it was a good episode or do you think it was a bad episode? We'll get your thoughts on that. Other stuff, like I said, is coming. Mercury is in retrograde right now. Like some of you know, I'm heavily into astrology and things like that. And I don't do a lot during Mercury retrograde because it's usually a mess. I've noticed it, I've observed it, and I'm just waiting for something to prove me wrong. But things happening and it always proves me right. And I'm just like, see? Again, yeah. Diana, you have anything else before we close out?
Just thank you. Thank you for everyone watching, for everyone listening. Please feel free to tell KC why he is wrong about everything. I will gladly read it.
Well, some people agree with me. Thank you very much. So yeah,
I was trying, y'all. As much as I have a bias, I really was trying to read up before we started recording. Like, okay, let me see other people's opinions. It was hard out here to find one. I don't know. Like, please, if you're an Eva fan, don't. I'm not gonna bash you. Team Kat is nice. Like, I'm just trying to understand. But it was people were not giving opinions on Eva's end. So I don't know what's happening out there, but I was really trying to understand and come with a better understanding and a more neutral approach to this. And I don't know, maybe we need to do more research.
My word. Well, I already told you where I'm coming from and what I've observed based off of what the writers were probably going for, which is why we got this episode. Yeah, for the Kat people, I don't know. You guys might have to write CBS to help find some type of closure. It's the writers. It's what's going on.
Like I said, but I'm glad that the writers put Colby, at the front and center this week. So I can't be too mad.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you again for listening and tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next time. We have more coming. Also, I did a little quick check over the last 7 days, and like 23% of our watch hours came from our subscribers, and like 77% or 70-something percent came from non-subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the podcast or the YouTube channel, then what are you waiting for? You got to subscribe. Make us the hub, the #1 hub of Beyond the Gates talk and fandom and all that other good stuff. So yeah, that's all I got. Until next time.
Bye.